the untouchable and fearless, the dominance of the Bella Twins. And welcome back to my channel. And again, this is Mikeratto. And while we are on a new, well, and improved channel, which, well, yeah, it's more of a discussion still. But as of now, well, we have women's division type of episodes, which, while we discuss a story or a run or a title run of a specific women wrestler or even tag teams, which by now, well, as you can see, I have the story of Lita posted, Stephanie McMahon, AJ Lee. And while I will have more of these topics as well as, yeah, more posted in the future, but we will actually alternate it or something like men's and the women's, just to balance out our episodes, and I won't run out of ideas in either of those both divisions in the WWE. So, well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment down below, share, subscribe. And again, this is Mikeratto, and let's start. Well, this is a rare case of, well, having a tag team was actually identical or a twin, which, well, by that they actually took advantage of that similar body, similar face, similar, well, everything towards them, that they actually used the twin magic on their matches. Well, in 2011, before, well, mostly before Nikki Bella actually changed her look in 2013, you know what I mean? Well, they actually looked similar before that, and, well, they had the same hairstyle and everything, which, well, people are actually confused who is who, or, well, who is the champion and who is not, especially when they had this championship reign in 2011, which, well, people are actually, well, asking who has the title, who is competing with the title, who is the one who's being pinned, or who is the one pinning the challenger. Well, they have that on their arsenal. Of course, well, we have to talk about also their career. Well, yeah. Well, before their huge championship reigns in the future, well, in their first few years career in the main roster, while they are fighting on random matches, and while they're actually being managers to some wrestlers. How do I mean by managers? Well, they're actually accompanying wrestlers such as, well, Miz and Morrison, Primo and Colon when they had this rivalry, and the Bellas were there. And, well, by the time, well, the Divas division, well, it's type of combining now with the women's division. Well, the women's division are, especially their title, well, it went away, and they focus on the Divas division, and they have only one title by that time, unlike today, which, well, we have four different titles. Well, yeah, you have NXT title, you have actually five if you think about it: the NXT title, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship, the NXT Women's Championship, SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship, and of course the main roster Tag Team Championships, which by then, well, yeah, they have only one title, in which, well, yeah, there are a lot of storylines going to that. Well, yeah, in 2011 they had this championship reign, which, well, ended by Kelly Kelly, which, yeah, also, well, they actually teased a friction between these two, which, while they supported different general managers at WrestleMania 28, they have different teams to support with. One is with Team Teddy and one with Team Johnny. You know, the tag team, which, well, they had a lot of wrestlers competing in, and it ended with a, well, if Doris low blowing Zack Ryder, causing Team Teddy the match, or either after the match, which, well, yeah, I remember that ending more than the match itself. Well, yeah, and then, well, they had this multiple tag team matches yet again, in which, well, in 2013, I actually remember the storyline for them, in which it is actually huge because, well, Brie is actually with Daniel Bryan by that time, and, well, they're actually mentioning it on television. And while later on in 2014, while they have her feud with Stephanie McMahon after, well, Daniel Bryan was actually out of an injury, while building up from that to SummerSlam, because while Daniel Bryan has his neck issues after his World Championship reign, well, during his World Championship reign, I mean, which causes him to vacate his title. And, well, Brie Bella feuded with the Authority, well, mainly Stephanie McMahon, which they call themselves, well, they call B words, something like that, on live television. Which, well, yeah. But during this time, well, you have to also consider her sister Nikki Bella has been competing in a lot of matches, which she has the disadvantage because, well, yeah, remember that episodes? Well, yeah, because Stephanie McMahon was against her sister and they had this feud. So, well, who will suffer? So, yeah. And then the huge turn happened at SummerSlam, which was the first time they actually feuded with a real feud, a hit, which, well, they had this series of promos, which I wish you were never born or something like that type of promo, which, well, it is actually similar or actually mentioned in some of the, well, sibling rivalries or something like that, or more personal rivalries in pro wrestling itself, which, well, they had that type of storylines. So moving on, well, what happened to the storyline? What is the big payoff? Well, the heel turn for Nikki Bella, well, it started great, and then Brie Bella was there, and then later on joined her, but she is still regretting that, well, she lost a match to Nikki, and, well, she has to be her assistant. And then later on, well, she turned heel also, and yeah, the Bella Twins were actually united yet again, now with the Divas Championship yet again. Continuing, while they had the Divas title, and, well, they exceeded the title reign of AJ Lee, breaking it because, well, yeah, they actually break the record. And during this time, well, critics are more getting, well, angrier and angrier towards them, which, well, yeah, because they are actually involved with the top guys by that time, which, well, they are actually heavily criticized by some fans, by some marks, which, well, yeah, you have to consider, well, 50-50 are actually, well, yeah, asking, do they deserve the spot, or because it was actually because of their boyfriends by that time, which, well, yeah, there's a lot of things towards the community, but it's not all of them. And while some are actually still supporting them, well, a lot of people actually were still supporting them by that time. So yeah, well, later on, well, like Brie, Nikki's had her own moment with John Cena, which, well, they had this WrestleMania moment. Well, yeah, I actually mentioned that, well, I didn't mention that she actually dropped the title to Charlotte Flair. And, well, the title, well, it more focused much on the new women's division by that point. And, well, the WWE actually revolved it with the new NXT call-ups such as Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and later on Bayley, and even Asuka. So yeah, they move on from the Bellas, and while the Bellas, even though, while they are not on the title scene, while some of their storylines actually, well, they were involved in high profile matches. As I told you, Nikki with John Cena, and then later on the Bellas having a storyline with Ronda Rousey. So yeah, that's our video. I hope you all like it. Like, comment below, share, subscribe, and actually share this video to your friends. And again, this is Mikeratto, and peace.